still got their tags early mid-game, still made it to the late game, no matter how far the zone. I mean, this duo is just looking absolutely unstoppable right now.
Let's take a look at the standings because we've only got one more game of the major to remain. And as I explained before game 11, the top 5 is incredibly important because there are 5 spots up for grabs in globals. And Murstache and Malabuka have crept back into the top 5. So again, look at the top 6. Spirits and Chico managed to hold on into the end game to secure themselves a place, and potentially they can hold on to that. But also we need to talk about Chap and Teeny, because before this major, the European record for a debut was 5th. That was achieved last year by Pixie. But now, Chap and Teeny are looking like they're going to smash that. Obviously, this isn't Teeny's first rodeo to Carter, but it is Chap's.
Exactly. First time competing in an EU FNCS Grand Finals, and now en route to not only destroying the last record, but also qualifying them to the Global Championships. But if you even look at how they've been performing as well, they have been able to manage both when they're healthy and playing together, like with their chemistry at an all-time high, but even as solos. You can see Teeny, 8 eliminations as a solo. I mean, if he was going to win that game, he would have had 9 solo eliminations, but I know he is not mad with the second place.
I mean, that game right there, that's a bigger game for Chap and Teeny than it was for Swizzy and Vanyak. That boosted them up in the leaderboard, pretty much secured their spot inside of that top 5, although never say never for those teams just outside. I mean, that is a huge performance. As you mentioned, no nerves at all from that duo either, and I like the way they played that. They went for eliminations early. I think they're 1,000 above, and they just played exactly how they play, and that's exactly why they're up there.
Yeah, but it's going to be... Oh, yeah.
In 10th could push themselves into qualifying range.
There's 2 really interesting things to look at on the standings here. One is the fact that Venno and Tayson and Thomas and Queasy are incredibly close to each other. Now, Thomas and Queasy, they have already secured their tickets for Dallas. They could play spoiler for Venno and Tayson this weekend. The other thing is there's only 7 points between 2nd and 3rd position. Seti and Cami have been showing that they belong at Global Championships. Last time we had the Globals, the Invitational, of course, in Raleigh in America, Seti and Cami took it, and they're looking set to try and represent yet again for Europe Mini Minor.